We had a Kentucky versus Louisville bloodbath on the internet this weekend, and I am always tapped in when those two fan bases are going to war. Any guesses what this was over, Cart?
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of options here. I don't know. Was it Pat Kelsey going door to door to season ticket holders? Was it Mark Pope handing out a pair of Hey Dudes to the winner of the summer conditioning program? What could be on tap this week?
This time it was once again the most complicated recruitment in America right now. Tyran Stokes, in some services, some databases, the number one player in the class of 2026, a guy that both Kentucky and Louisville are heavily prioritizing, a guy that reports surfaced at the end of last week that, quote, Kentucky is the team to beat for was asked in an interview that came from Kentucky Sports TV over the weekend. Do with that what you will. He was asked, what is the number one piece of criteria that would make you commit to a school? Basically, what are you after? What do you want more than anything else? What do you want in the school that you will play college basketball for? Tyron went on to speak for about a minute here. And the important part of his answer is at the very end. We're going to play a clip from this. Will apologize. It's a little windy in the clip, but I think you can hear this through the microphone. And again, this comes from KentuckySports.tv at KY Sports TV. Here's Tyron Stokes on what he's looking for in a school.
Honestly, development one, a good foundation, like someone who has like fans and everybody like they put it all into their school, like not just someone who cares about we got a good football team, basketball team. I want some where I could go and like have a good time, like actually experience college. Go to a nice football game, have a nice baseball team, go to just experience like study, and then also just students not gonna duck smoke. That's it. I don't like duck smoke, so I want everybody on the schedule. If I can get North Carolina Duke, anybody on the schedule, that's all.
All right, we will stop it right there. Now this account, Kentucky Sports TV, went on to play a clip. I'm going to finish the clip here. They added a clip of Pat Kelsey at the podium. I believe this was earlier this summer. This is Pat Kelsey's own words.
Didn't duck the smoke. They didn't duck the smoke. We're not ducking the smoke. We're not. You can't sharpen your teeth eating oatmeal, and whether it ends up being the best strategy in the world, I don't know, but that's what we decided.
That was Pat Kelsey talking about his schedule. Said Louisville will not duck the smoke. We're not ducking the smoke. We're not ducking the smoke. You can't sharpen your teeth eating oatmeal. Maybe that's the next Tyran Stokes ism as well. Cart, the internet went up in flames at this because Louisville fans took that quote from Tyran, the idea that I want to go to a school that will not duck the smoke. I want North Carolina and Duke on the schedule. Louisville fans believe that this is a direct message that Tyran Stokes is following Pat Kelsey's lead here and wants to go to Louisville because that's a phrase Pat Kelsey has used repeatedly. Kentucky fans responded pretty much everywhere by saying that Louisville fans are stretching, that this is not exactly as direct as it seems. I think there was even a clip, maybe Jack Pilgrim dug this up, unless I have it wrong, where Mark Pope used the terminology of ducking smoke as well. We're not running from the smoke, I believe was what Mark Pope said. So help me decipher this, my friend. You are no stranger to smoke ducking. You've called my program out for that time and time again. Can you help us figure out if Tyron Stokes was sending a message here or not?
So the thing is, I think I'm a bit more confused than others are in this. Like obviously you see the connection with the using the duck in the smoke term, which I think that Pat Kelsey used. Also, I don't think Mark Pope would use the term duck in the smoke. What would be the actual term that he would use?
I
He'd
don't
say,
know.
we're Kentucky. We'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere. Bucko. Like I feel like that's the way Mark Pope would go about it. But Greg, I did some groundwork here to break this down, I think, sentence by sentence. I want a program with a good baseball school, huh? Louisville baseball last season, 42 and 24. Great uniforms too, by the way. Kentucky baseball, 31-26. Not the best baseball team. I also want to be able to go to a really good football game. Louisville last year, 9-4, 5-3. Not too bad. Kentucky, bad, 5-7, 2-6 in the SEC. They started 5-1 and lost their final 6 games, and also got one of their top assistants stolen by Louisville football in this case. But also that points to Louisville. But I can also see this from the other side of the perspective here. What's one of the big things about Mark Pope and his Kentucky team last year and what they did?
They play for the name on the front.
Yeah, okay, sick name on the front, but
Gratitude,
gratitude as well. But
age.
they the age. They won and they played big games. Like in the big games, Kentucky basketball showed up. Mark Pope, honestly, to me, got a little bit of like a big game coach thing to him and what he was able to do last year. Now, that was more towards the start. He also lost some big games. Let's not get it twisted. But it did seem that Kentucky was in the mood to play whoever, whatever, and win big games to start the year last year. So I don't know. This doesn't pull me one way or the other as I think it should, or at least as I expected it to.
All right, I might have a spin zone, although I don't know that this is much of a take, but I think you're going to be shocked by what I'm about to say and what my primary conclusion is from all of this.
He's going to Arkansas.
No, no.
Oh,
Well, you and I think have been kind of on the same page in our interpretation of Tyran Stokes' recruitment. Is that fair to say? We're just not all that into it. Like that's how I feel. Like I'll pay attention to it. Obviously, we're covering it because it matters to our audience, but I don't know. In general, like I'm not enthralled by all of the misleading statements that Tyron Stokes has put out over and over again, right? I don't trust this recruitment. I don't trust the people involved. I still feel like there are tricks up his sleeve. That's how I've always felt. I think you agree. Here's where that changes. This is the first thing Tyron Stokes has done that I love, Cart. I adore this. And I feel like you'd be in line with me on this. Because while everyone fights over whether this is about Louisville or not about Louisville or about Kentucky or not about Kentucky, one thing is abundantly clear. Tyron Stokes is trolling. He's trolling,
oh,
I think, everyone involved, right? I think whether or not this is a direct statement about he's going to go to Louisville, it's making Louisville fans think he's going to Louisville. And if this is really a battle between rivals, whoever doesn't get Tyron Stokes is going to hate this kid based on the way he has handled this forever. And I still don't know if I love it. Like I'm just not all that into it, but I love this move. I love this move in a random interview where any other player in the country would have just given like coach speak, like, yeah, I just want to go somewhere that can get me to the NBA, somewhere with good values and football, whatever. He's like, no, 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 no. This is my moment. I don't want to duck the smoke. And let me give you teams I want to play. I want Duke. I want Carolina. Who plays Duke or Carolina this year? Does Louisville play Duke or Carolina this year, Cart?
Louisville does, yes.
Louisville does not play Duke or Carolina this year. Well, they play Carolina in the ACC, but they don't. Well, oh shit, they play Duke too. They're both
Yeah,
there. Damn it. Never mind. It's a point Louisville. See, it's got my brain in hell. It's twisting. I was looking at Kentucky's non-con, like Kentucky scheduled North Carolina here. Like they're
well,
after it. And they normally play Duke in the Champions Classic every couple years.
that's true.
So,
But Louisville got the ACC bump.
but does that mean well, I guess they can't duck because they're contractually obligated to play those teams. Is Kentucky ducking by not being in the ACC?
You want to know the funny thing about that? I think that Tyron Stokes might actually think that. Like he's ducking. Right? They're like, oh, they're in the SEC. They're ducking the ACC smoke, even though the SEC is nasty in its own right.
So, okay, you were not on the video where we did the reports coming out that Kentucky's the team to beat.
Hmm.
Dion was with me that day. It was just all the reports before the weekend. Kentucky is the team to beat. Everyone else is playing for second. Do you believe that? Yes or no? You add this element of the ducking smoke comment into it. Dion and I mostly came away being like, yeah, we think this is true. Sitting here today on Monday, do you believe that Kentucky is the team to beat?
Truth or lie? Which one do you want?
I want the truth, my friend.
Okay, sounds good. I don't believe anything with Tyran Stokes. I like if you really like, I'm good. Like I'll leave it to others to put their crystal ball record to the test with this one. I'm just gonna sit back and stoke the fire, for lack of a better term. I'm just gonna watch. Just gonna watch it, see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky's in the lead. I wouldn't be surprised if Louisville's in the lead. Also wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way, what the hell? Who is that in the background? What is Eric Musselman in Oregon and them doing here? Or like he ends up with Danny Sprinkle in Washington. Honestly, this could take a turn that no one truly expects. But if you're gonna force me to pick here. I think he ends up at Louisville, given the current state.
I mean,
What I'm
the
hearing.
duck smoke thing, like lie detector me, do I think that was a Louisville reference? I do. But I just think it's 50-50. Like Louisville fans are like celebrating. He referenced this. To me, even if he was referencing it, he might be trolling Louisville. So that's where I can't put like positive stock into it, even if he was saying it, because he's trolling somebody. Like Tyron Stokes is intentionally trolling one of these two fan bases, if not both. I don't know which. Cart, this is just in real time. I'm realizing this. I've been through this before. I've seen this play out in real life with someone I'm close with roughly 12 years ago. I know how this ends. Do you know what I'm referring to here?
No, how's this end?
Well, I've seen a very talented friend of mine who was the number one pick in social circles a lot in his life. I've seen him in a situation where two girls, prospective girls, of course, two destinations, hated each other, mortal enemies, and they both wanted him simultaneously. And Cart, over time, at first he didn't necessarily even realize it. Over time, he realized how much those two hated each other. And he realized what a great spot he was in to have two girls that hate each other. That level simultaneously want him as because they would just go out of their way to one up each other, leading to great endeavors for him at all times. I watched this play out over the span of roughly 18 months, Cart, and trust me, he dragged it out. He verbally committed to both sides multiple times. He never actually signed the deal that sent him to a destination. I know how it ends a decade later. I've seen how it ends. Do you know how it ends?
How's it end?
It ends with both of the destinations happily married without Tyran Stokes.
Yeah,
And
it
Tyran
does.
Stokes is still searching years later. That's how
There's
it
there's
ends.
so many options on what this could possibly be that's got my
Oh,
head
I'm
spinning.
sick you don't know immediately.
I thought I did till the very end.
Well, searching's a term, but
Term.
you think I'm right or wrong here?
I think you're 100% right. That's the crazy thing.
It's yeah, it pretty much tracks.
Yeah, to a T.